Hey, what's up? What's going on YouTube? Um, Wanna wish you guys a happy Easter. In the spirit, you know what I mean? Of Jesus being taken for our sins. Um, I like to I like to talk about, just coming up as a kid, bro. Like things I had to learn, like going to church and, understanding that God played a huge part in my life, and now I rely on him so much because who else am I gonna rely on? Like who else got my back like better than him? Like there's nobody, bro. Trust me. Um, I mean, I have conversations with God, and I promise you, these conversations are not just for myself. It's for my kids, and you know, um, their mothers, and basically, people that I know. People that that are like the closest to me, and I pray and I see these people all the time, and it's like they don't know that, I'm out here, and I like when I see you, like I just knew shit was gonna happen for you. Like I have this sixth sense. And I mean, I'm gonna try my best to like capture it one of these days and probably present it to y'all. But I'm telling you, like sometimes we speak stuff into existence, and it's the worst. It's the one of the worst things that can happen. But sometimes it can be amazing. Um, and for years, I have been just trying and trying and trying and trying. Like, yo, I want the best macaroni pie to eat. You know what I mean? This Easter, like, I gotta get the right cheese. I gotta get the right, the right milk, the right what is it? Flour, the right mustard, the right. Everything had to be on point when I made my macaroni pie. But I noticed like it wasn't my best because I was overdoing it. I felt like like I did it so often that it didn't really taste the same to me. Like, and recently I haven't been really like baking macaroni pies as often, and I have to say like this bust down, right? I'm sorry, man. I'm eating food with y'all, man. But the macaroni pie, bitch, I made, it is one of the best macaroni pies I have ever made. And, you know, given the fact that I didn't want to really cook because my heart wasn't into like cooking or baking macaroni pie, or, you know, like macaroni pie was basic. Like, I didn't even, and it tastes better than if I had overdid it. I had put in some peppers, or, just like, I mean, it's amazing. I don't know what to like, what else to tell you. It's amazing. Now, something I had to realize, like, there's a reason why people do what they do. All right. Um. And this goes back to like baking times and cook times on food. So coming up, I've always noticed like my mom's putting the oven to like 275 and leaving chicken in the oven doing her thing. I'm like, all right. And for some reason, the chicken always tasted good. It was soft and it just fell off the bone as you bit into it. And I had to sit down and have a conversation with her, and I was like, yo, like, how'd you get like the she said, yo, you leave it on a lower temp that's is gonna cook within that time for a certain amount of time. I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Because I used to put in the oven to put it up to 350 and have it, just cooking with a little foil over it. And I was like, All right, boom. And it always was like crispy and kind of, like off. But recently, as I had to use up the last baking powder which we had from back home, I used that up. Gotta buy some more of that. But the the, the chicken just tasted better and more succulent and more supple to the taste and the flavor, because like I said, I'm not using the same seasonings from back home. I'm using some, what do you call it, some, what is that store, that Western beef, um Western beef breadcrumbs. I mean, it has its herbs and spices to it, but you know me, I like a little paprika, a little um paprika, what is it? Uh Paprika, cayenne pepper, and probably some black powder, some white pepper. I mean, and a little curry just to give it that little brown crisp, that little, you know what I mean? Just to get that kind of color, because it's gonna big completely through. And I need to set up the videos. I need to get back on the videos. If I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I really need to build back uh, a baking channel on how I get this shit done, man. But the chicken was just amazing, and I mean, all I have right now is probably like bones and some macaroni pie to finish with one more drumstick that I have left. So like it's good. So I don't really felt like cooking much this Sunday, so I just relaxed, made some macaroni pie, cooked some chicken, and I'm like, thank you God, you know what I mean, for giving me more life, and put me in a better place than I was before. I'm looking back and saying to myself, well, you know, you needed to move different in those times, and you just allowed everything. You just let people have their way, and you got to move on. You just got to move on, and that's what I've been doing. I've been studying about my future, and I've tried to share it with you guys. And most of the time now, it's like, what can I tell you guys, man? Who's on? Who's up? That's what I need to know. Who's up? A minute. Let's see who's on. All right, man. Anyway, yeah. Let me look back here 1 second, man. Get back to you guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Happy Easter, man. Um. Anyway, so this brings me back to my childhood too. During this time, it really brings me back to my childhood when, my I would bug my aunt, and I'll tell my aunt, yo, auntie, like, I want a kite. You know what I mean? I want a kite for Christmas, and I'm making kites, and I'm in the gully, and I'm running around getting lost, and I'm having fun. And that's something that I had to, grow out of as a kid. Flying kites, whether they were wrapped around the power lines, or they got lost, or they rip, or they tear, or somebody come and cut them. Kites were my thing back in the day. I love kites, but haven't made a kite in such a long time, and I want to get back to just, the simpler life. I don't want anything that I haven't earned. If I was a smarter man, if I should say, if I was a man who had knowledge about, how money worked and how you can make money work for you. If I was a smarter man back then, I would be a rich man right now. I promise you. So all I'm saying to you guys is, I mean, you don't have to overextend yourself. You don't have to do too much, you don't have to worry about anything, because you're going to be flying kites, you're going to be chilling, you're going to be relaxing. All right. This is Easter, and a lot of us tend to think that we are above ourselves, and we forgot who our maker is, and like how God plays a part in our lives. God is there for us, and hopefully we can actually speak to him, and he'll work with us. He'll give us what we want, as long as we pray and we stay true to our faith, and we follow him, and we grow up, and we become more who we are. People have to become who they are. You can't stop people. You got to let people be. You got to understand that these are the people who've met you, people who've known you, and you can't play a part in their lives. And you got to do what you got to do. So for this Easter, I'm happy to say that I'm gonna be baking more. You're gonna see some videos coming out, and you're gonna see some hold on, man. Let me look this up. Hold on, give me a second or two. Let me go look this up, man. Because if I could grab it, I could show you guys what I'm talking about too. So you guys like this shit is actually real. I'm gonna dive back in here now. YouTube Studios. I promise you, it's like something that a lot of businesses that don't understand how it works. This is something I want to talk about too, because you're known for stuff in Barbados. I promise you, in Barbados you get known for stuff. Hold on. Videos. Hold on. This is something, and I don't think you guys understand it, because it's a moment which I see and I saw happening, and even though a lot of you guys might be, dang, this was like back in this was like 14, this was like 16 years ago, and within that time, now, mind you, the guys back then, we all used to just hang out and chill, and we just used to talk, and we used to be just men, chilling and talking, and I was a nigga with the camera. Like, I always had a camera, I've always shot videos, I've always done my thing, and I know you can't see who's talking, but hold on.
3 months in a week, but that's not a vacation. The vacation is like 2 weeks.
Bro, listen, and it's like Tony, man. Come on, man. RIP, man. Damn, son. It's like, this is my friends, bro. I'm trying to put it on for you guys, and just give me a second, man. I'm trying to set it up. Hold on, man. I want to show you guys like something when you speak shit into existence, how it works. Because I always heard him say it, and I thought, like the nigga was joking, but he was actually serious, and I really like the kid, I respect the kid, and I see him all the time, man, and it's like, that's it, Oh man, hold on, let me see if I can, pull it in. All right, I don't know, I'm transitioning. All right, so this was a video which I had shot like 14 years ago. I mean, this was like 15 years ago. Shit, what am I saying, man? 15 years ago, like 2010ish or something like that. Yeah, like 2010ish, 2010, 2009. Yeah, so around that time I had flown back home, and I said to myself, "Yo, listen, well, I need to get a new job. Like, I needed a job because I can't survive. I can't, and I always use my savings and flown back to Barbados and chill for a couple of weeks or a month or two. And that time my mind is thinking, I'm thinking like, yo, I need to do something better. Like, I needed to come up. I need to make a living. Because during that time, your boy was young, your boy was active, and I had just gotten a son. I was like, oh shit, I got like this is money I gotta spend. So anyway, I came back down. I found a job, and I just started. Paying the cock tax, and that was life for me. And I was like, all right, cool, boom. But it never really took anything out of my pocket because I always paid that. But whenever he needed something, I've always bought him it, and like whatever he needed, I got for him. And at a certain point, his mom's was like, his mom, like, yo, that woman. She is one of the most understanding women I have ever met. Like, I got love for her. I respect her, and like, I don't know, she is an amazing woman. Like the women that I dealt with, the women that I know, some of them are just amazing women, man. Either they smart or whatever they doing, like they've always been smart enough. You know what I mean? They've always been smarter than me, I should say. But like during this time, I was asked out. I ain't had shit to my name. I was like, damn. Like, I started to say to myself, like, yo, you need to come back down. You need to, get on your feet. You need to get some money up. You know what I mean? Get your money up and, pay your bills and do what you got to do. Take care of your son and, make sure everything is straight. And during this interview or during this, this kid said something about he wanted to play for the West Indies, right? And I've always seen it. I've always watched this video. Like, you don't know, but most of the views, like the 52 views which it has now, yeah, like I have always watched, this video over and over and over again, and the kid had always gone for it. He has always extended his arm towards the West Indies, and I have to say now, he actually plays for the West Indies. Like Akeem Jordan, he actually plays for the West Indies. That's my cousin right there, Everton. Akeem, Jamal, Sledro, Petro up there. It was just like things we used to talk about. It was like, boom. His grandmother lived up the street. Andrea lived there. I remember Andrea, man. I had a huge crush on Andrea, man. She was I don't know, man, but Andrea was cool, man. But I never saw it again in my life. I was like, yo, don't worry about it. Anyway, like it's just crazy to me how this has changed, like how Barbados has changed, and how everything is not the way it is or it was, and just like a whole new perspective of, because there's honestly now no road to the mount where we could go off flight kites, and just there's no road to the mount, direct road to the mount. You gotta go here, you gotta drive, and you gotta go up, cross through like behind past water and go up there. So you gotta do a lot. But like he said it in such hold on. Oh yeah, hold on. Like I want to send my condolences because and I feel like a lot of young Caribbean men, we all need to go. I mean, just we got to go to the doctor. We got to get checkups. We got to do what we got to do because there's at no point should a man as young, and I mean, like, I don't know, but you shouldn't let, you know what I mean. Don't let the no. And the guy in the purple shirt, Antonio, like, he just passed away recently due to cancer. I've heard, and I noticed like a lot of people from back home are dying from cancer. I don't know if it's something in the water or something that we all grew up with, but like most of the people I know from back home are dying of cancer. I heard he passed from. I heard he passed from cancer, liver cancer, or something like that. I don't quite know it because I've reached out to my cousin, and I don't think she got back to his mom's, where you actually know I have some kind of understanding towards it. But I just I wanted to know, and I've been hearing peace, and y'all know who's been passing me information, and shout outs to him. But I wanted to know what was the cause of his death, right? Like, we're all kids, bro. Like, at the end of the day, we're all kids. We all grew up. We all was from White Hill. We all remember the road. We all remember, up the road. This, like, we all virgins, all right. But it's hard, to see people, and honestly, people which I know personally pass away. People that have raised me, people who have, it's hurt that, you can't be there for the family, and, you show some respect, and honestly, like, but, on another level, Akeem Jordan, shout outs to him, my boy Ayrton, that's my dog, Akeem. Got Akeem, got Sledra, you got Jamal, you got Everton, and then you got me. Like, and, we was all from the same place, you know what I mean? And we all kids, and we all grown men now. We got kids, and our kids have kids, and we're growing up. It's just watching life happen. And it's a crazy feeling, but until you realize what part you play in life, and you just gotta watch your steps, man. But yeah, man. Want to say happy Easter to all, and explain, a little bit about my macaroni pie and some of the stuff that go into it, and just have a conversation with y'all, man. If you are up, if you are active, I want you guys to watch this video and understand, like, this is like me back in the days, this is not me now. Like, I'm not the same little kid. I don't think the same way. I don't just think for myself, no, I think for other people. And my mind is a thing of beauty and pure bliss, on building now that I had to see, how much things costed. And I took my ass to now this is me being back home. I took my ass to a carpenter and a mason, and he was telling me some prices, and some prices which I like to hear. But I'm like, that's good. That like that's really good. So I'm talking to some carpenters, I'm talking to some masons, and let's see how this turns out. If it works, it works. If it don't work, well then, what can I say? Fuck it. Um, I want you guys to, well, at least understand that the Father died for our sins, and for our sin we do have, um, we just ask Him to forgive us. Um, I ask that God grow the channel and put you guys on and actually get you guys to slow down and listen and holla at your boy for a minute or two, but still reach out, say what's up. And I gotta tell you guys about that the guy, man. It was honestly like a blessing, and I can't say nothing else. When people recognize you, they know who you are. It's just like, all right, cool, because I've been doing this shit for so long. Like, you gotta know who I am, bro. Like, ain't no way you don't know who I am. I'm like, yeah, it's me, man. Like, yeah, it's me, But anyway, holla at y'all later. Stay safe, stay blessed. And when I come back, I want to talk about building in Barbados. Like, building a house in Barbados. I'm gonna be looking for some carpenters and some masons and some electricians and some plumbers. Just some field hands. Just some people to help. Carpenter or mason, and I got jobs. I got a couple jobs for y'all. I know the prices, and I don't want y'all to. I don't want to argue with nobody. We set a price. Your money is there. Your money. You're going to be paid. I'm not like the way. I'm not the person that will sit there and bitch at you for doing it this way, this way, this way. We'll talk about your work. We'll dive into show me what you've done before. And I'm not looking for the best or anything. I'm just looking for people that honestly looking to bring home some money. That's it. On the weekend. If you can do that, like, holla at your boy. If you can't, yeah, man, I'll just talk to y'all later. But is this still like, I don't know, but most of them dudes that hit the rum shots and just be drinking, like, they like money too. So if you know somebody that's a carpenter or a mason or plumber or something like that, that's working around building and like, shit, just holla at me. Anyway, holla at y'all later. I think, yeah, I smell yeah, that's the chicken, man. I'll holla at y'all later, man. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll talk